prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'ma be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fist, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Take Me Out to the Video Game, a podcast about baseball video games. We have a pretty big MLB The Show update today as far as things go, roster attributes, which truthfully, I don't care as much about as most people. Like, I don't use live series cards a ton. I don't really play the market. Like, I want to just play the game and have fun. So we are going to look at it. And we are going to talk about everything else, but it's just not something that I care about as much as most people. But we also got a big patch update which fixed a lot of things, fixed co-op allegedly. It made it so that people can no longer exploit the market. When attributes change, you get your stubs reimbursed instead of these higher low buy sell orders, which again I don't fully understand because I don't really ever play the market. When I get a card that I don't want, I just sell it for whatever the highest price is at that time. I don't hold cards, I don't do anything like that, so I can't really speak on that as much. But we are going to take a look at everything else in the game here, so let's get on into it. We got some stuff earlier this week as well that I just wanted to touch on because I didn't have time to earlier this week. We got this Fire and Finesse program with the Dustin May at the end. Haven't gotten all the way there yet. In all honesty, I haven't played the game a ton these last few days. I mean, I've gotten things ready for my franchise, but I haven't really been Diamond Dynasty playing a ton. Recently, of course, today, we got this brand new Elly Cruz program. He looks like a pretty good card at this point in the power creep. I will definitely be using him on my squad when I get there. Just some quick missions and stuff to get to him, not really all that hard. We got some new conquest maps. We got the horseshoe map with just some rewards. Not really anything, great for rewards here. I'm sure there's a decent amount of stuff hidden within the map as well. City Connect map, we pretty much know the gist at this point. Play the map, get the City Connect jerseys, which honestly to me, who cares? But I'm still going to play the map because I like conquest maps. We got a new Diamond Quest. Let's go find it. It's right here. We got the Josh Young and Adam Ottavino cards. Earlier this week, we also had the multiplayer program drop 3 with some new missions, which I'm, I guess, creeping up on. Oh, that's the right one. I'm at Satchel now, but we also have Yelich at the end of the program. Got to work my way up to him this week, hopefully before Weekend Classic, because this would be a pretty juicy card to have in my lineup on Weekend Classic, even though I'm probably not going to win much, because I don't play well online. What else did we get today in terms of content? Not much else, I think. Let's check the shop, see if there's anything new in there. We got, is this, yeah, another new chase card, Yordan Alvarez. They're just pumping out these chase cards to us. New headliner Jonathan Loaizaga has come at some point. Just Nothing else new really that I can see. Let's check out some of the attributes for those who care about that sort of thing. Where is that even? Player updates. Roster updates. So let's see. So Aaron Judge is now a 92. Fernando Tatis is now a 92. Shohei Ohtani stays at a 91. I feel like almost he should have been downgraded a little bit. See, and I don't know what a lot of these were, so I can't really say. I'm just going to kind of thumb through some of them here really quick for you guys. PCO, it shows what they were. Duh, I'm kind of dumb, you guys. PCA went up from 82 to 86. Kwan's gone diamond. And Yamamoto has gone diamond. Garrett Crochet has gone diamond. They still haven't fixed his fucking face scan, which looked... I'm sorry, but, like, again, I ranted about this last week. Like, it's not that hard to take away someone's hair and add a fucking beard. Come on, STS, get your shit together. Speaking of them getting their shit together, I just want to point this out, that during their stream today, this happened. Now what I want to say on this is, like, come on guys, like, I know I just told them to get their shit together, but, like, cut them some slack, because this, and when I say cut them some slack, I don't mean on, like, the game stuff, because obviously we need to tell them what we don't like in the game, we need to tell them what's wrong with the game so they can fix it, but stuff like that, cut them some slack. Come on, like, we all have technical issues, we all have things like that go wrong. It has nothing to do with the game. So, like, just cut them some slack, and, you know, it's fine. We got it, they got it fixed, we got our stream. Also, just, we got some new storylines today, and just the amount of disrespect in the chat of, like, nobody cares about storylines. Like, dude, again, like I said on the Jackie Robinson Day stuff, like, if you don't care about the history of baseball, what the fuck are you doing playing this game? Like, I know I'm getting a little bit more vulgar these past few weeks. I know that things like that, but people are just bugging me more, and like I don't get it. Why are you playing a game like this if you don't care about the history of the game? I don't understand. I really don't. Just shut up, play the game. If you don't like what they're talking about in the stream, just wait, because guess what? The topic's going to change in a few minutes. People need to chill out. I am also going to be starting my franchise, and not only in this, but in Pro Baseball Spirits in the coming days. So you will start seeing some content like that coming to the channel. I want to apologize too about the lack of content this past week or so. I've been just kind of going through it. I hit this weird fatigue this week, not necessarily just with MLB The Show, but I think with life. Like, I didn't want to play MLB The Show. I didn't want to play the games that I play off stream just for fun. I didn't want to watch TV movies. Like, I just hit this, like, general life fatigue where it was like nothing seemed fun, nothing seemed worth it, and it just kind of, I don't know if my depression is just hitting me these days. I don't know if it's a mental thing, what's really going on, but I obviously push through some things because you have seen some content on the channel. I'm obviously going to push through stuff like this when there's stuff to be talked about and videos to be made. And, you know, hopefully by just doing that, at some point I will get my regular drive and spark back to be a little bit more energetic, I guess. Some people have noted that I haven't seemed quite as energetic on the last few videos, and you know, that's just par for what I'm going through, I guess. But this is also like the only thing that I know how to do at this point in my life, so like I'm gonna keep doing it. But you know, I'm hoping that, you know, playing franchise, because franchise is like my childhood, I'm hoping like that brings the joy back. So I'm really excited to look into or get into that. We also have double XP this week, and that's a great time to get into franchise because I play all the games in franchise mode, and people I don't think realize when you actually play the games in franchise mode how much XP you actually get from those games. So great time to be playing franchise games, getting that double XP all week long. Looking ahead on the calendar, they have the final April Spotlight stuff, Lightning Collections, all coming out on the 6th, and then another live stream, which we will cover on Friday of next week, as well as the second Weekend Classic, May Spotlight Drop 1, and the third inning program. They did note on their stream, which you'll see on the channel here in a few minutes, that they hope to have cleaned up the stuff from all the stuff that was wrong with Weekend Classic last time. Hopefully they did. We will see, and hopefully it doesn't create a mess of new problems. It seems like they're really trying, right? They're trying, and some stuff just isn't going their way. But, you know, like, let me know in the comments what you guys like about this drop that we got today. Are you satisfied with who went diamond? Are you satisfied with who got downgraded? What are some changes that didn't happen in the attributes that you guys think happened? Let me know in the comments. Let's get this conversation started, and look for tons of more content coming on the channel, because I am working into getting A League Not Forgotten back up and running. I've been plugging away at the Satchel Paige episode. I'm just such a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff that I want it to be perfect, and I'm starting to realize that it's not going to be perfect for everything that I want it to be. So I just got to get it to like the best possible place that I can get it, and then just release it so I can move on to the next one, because I have a writer that's patiently waiting on me to tell her when to start writing episode 3. She's written the first 2 episodes so far, or I'm going to release them as kind of companion things to the episodes. So yeah, sorry if you're watching. This project is still happening. I'm just being such a perfectionist, it's ridiculous. And also I've got, as I keep talking about, I've got cards on the shelf to rip, so we got to do some more for Love of the Card. And yeah, like I said, I've just been going through it and feeling weird, but really trying to get back into that content swing, because I do enjoy making content. It's, like I said, all that I know how to do at this point, so I'm going to keep doing it. But, you know, leave comments. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. Help me get in that algorithm more, because, you know, that's also, like, I don't care about making money with this channel. It would be nice to at least make enough money to live. But, like, I just enjoy talking baseball and making content. So, yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Take 2?
Are we back?
Are we back?
Chat,
Never
can
left.
you hear us? Yeah, I hope so. Oh, they said we're back.
Oh, we're back. We see it.
We're live, but we're not. We have no audio.
Oh,
Oh, we're good.
yeah.
Seabreath said we're good.
We're good? We're good?
All right. Well, I had the best opening
You
of the
really
year,
did.
and we were muted. So we're going to do this again.
Okay.
Welcome back. It's a Friday, another episode of The Show Live. I am here with Ashley.
And I'm here with Carson.
And we are ready to talk about a lot of great content, not only coming today, but talk about some stuff that'll also come next week.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a great stream. Happy to have everyone here. Thanks for, standing by while we figured out the technical difficulties. But let's get into it. Before we start, I want to talk a little bit about the game update. The 110 came out this morning, and it should have a ton of good fixes, whether it's the frame rate stuff that the graphics team was able to add. We had some co-op fixes. We had stadium creator fixes, likeness updates, and then some adjustments to GOAT difficulty. Go get that City Connect for the Chicago White Sox.
That's it. That's stream. That's all I needed to hear.
So lots of good stuff there. Of course, we're monitoring all your feedback. We're trying to make this, continue to make this the best game it can be.
Exactly.
So thank you for all the feedback there. And yeah, I think that's everything on the game update side, Ashley. But we had some other content come out earlier this week.
Right, yeah. On the live content side of things, we had the final drop with the multiplayer program. So the multiplayer program is 100% completable. Go get your Christian. How do you say his last name, Carson?
It depends who you ask, but it could be Yelich, it could be Yelich.
All right.
But he definitely hits.
Oh, yeah, he slaps. Then also your Fire and Finesse program earlier this week as well with Dustin May. A lot of you caught on to the "It's Gonna Be May."
Well done.
And then lastly, before we get into today's updates, huge news for the Spring Breakout Showdown. For the Showdown, you used to have to play it 4 or 5 times to get all your players to finish up that Spring Breakout collection.
Right.
We have now changed that choose 1 choice pack to a choose 2 choice packs, basically having the amount of times you need to finish that Showdown. Therefore, that's another voucher that should be quicker to obtain to get that Scott rolling.
Yeah, just trying to make it easier for people to catch up if you haven't gotten through that Spring Breakout. It's only going to make it easier to get Scott rolling. I know everyone's chomping at the bit to try to collect all those legends and flashbacks, so make sure you check out that Showdown. And then a ton of other great content today. We actually had to bring in the Ringer, our game designer that helps out with a ton of stuff in Diamond Dynasty. Ian is going to be joining us, and we're going to talk through a little bit of Weekend Classic here. If you stand by for a second.
Let's go through, what are we talking about today?
We were going to talk about, I guess we can.
Yeah,
talk
why
about
not? Let's do it.
So we'll do Weekend Classic. We're going to talk.
It's okay. Stream took a break last week. We're working with the machine. Everything kind of reset a
Knocking
little bit.
the
That's
cobwebs
okay,
off. So we'll be talking about Weekend Classic with Ian. We also have Storylines Drop 3 that's going to go live at noon. The Elly De La Cruz Takeover program, Ashley.
I'm sure people have started to see that Elly De La Cruz solo-specific cover, if you've seen the game this morning from the when the patch went out.
We have to blow it out for Elly. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to talk about that. We have a new Diamond Quest, Ashley.
We do.
We do.
I love it.
2 new cards, 2 new great cards in the game.
People are noticing. We like to be very, craftfully tasteful when we're showing off some of these cards early.
April showers brings May flowers. That'll be the Diamond Quest. And then, of course, I know so many of you guys have been waiting for the roster attribute update, the first one of the year. And we're going to talk about some changes there. We're not going to spoil any players. You're going to have to wait and see that once things turn over.
But it's something our fans have been waiting on for a long time, this first attribute update.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it is worth having been waited for. There's some good upgrades. We won't get into too much of the specifics, but we'll talk a little bit of numbers and some updates to the marketplace near the end of today's stream. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Tons of great content coming. I think to start it off, let's just dive right into Weekend Classic and talk through some of the changes they can expect next week.
Let's do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the dev kit in just one moment, pull up the Weekend Classic rewards. We'll go full screen on the... And as Carson said earlier today, we have Ian Rickles from the design team joining us in just a minute. And we're going to talk all things Weekend Classic updates because we are 1 week away from the second ever Weekend Classic. Ian, welcome on.
Hi, thank you. Excited to be here.
Great to have you, man.
Yeah, good.
So I know that, Weekend Classic, it was our first iteration of it ever in MLB The Show.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
We learned a lot.
Did.
We got a lot of feedback. And I'm happy to say that we have a few changes coming next Friday when Weekend Classic 2 switches over.
Yeah, definitely. So I got a lot of good feedback on Weekend Classic 1. A lot of people had a lot of fun. There were some bumps in the road, though, so the big aim for Weekend Classic 2 is to smooth out those bumps and make the experience kind of what we intended from the beginning. So
what can we expect?
Yeah, the team's been hard at work. We worked on some changes to the matchmaking system. We worked on some changes to the leaderboard system as well. So let's jump right into it, I guess.
Yeah, let's do it. If we want to show up the dev kit here, just to let people look at some Weekend Classic rewards upcoming. But Ian, let's tackle the first thing you said, matchmaking. So what can our fans expect with matchmaking for next week?
Yeah, so in Weekend Classic 1, the matchmaking system was based primarily on your current rating at the time that you started the game. In Weekend Classic 2, matchmaking is going to be based on your league. So if you're, for instance, in Bronze 2, you should only matchmake against other users that are in Bronze 2. So that's a pretty big departure.
Change.
Yeah. So the main goal of this is to make the games more balanced. So the only exception to that is going to be if you're in queue for a really long time. So maybe if you're in like the very top or very bottom divisions and you're sitting in queue for a while, you can matchmake one division higher or lower. But for the vast majority of users, vast majority of games, you should be matchmaking against only other people within the same division as you.
And that's important. We want to make sure you're not stuck waiting for a game for too long.
Yeah.
So that's why it will open up to a league higher or a league lower. But rest assured, you're going to be playing more players that are within your league as opposed to that player rating. So this is a really big change.
Yeah, I see our fans in the chat. They're very, very hyped for this change. But Ian, that's not all. On top of these matchmaking changes, we also have an update to the leaderboards.
Yes. So the leaderboard system, we kind of got it working towards the end of Weekend Classic 1, but at the start, some stuff was a little out of whack. So that should all be working much better from the very beginning of Weekend Classic 2. You'll be placed in a leaderboard of 100 other people within your division. And then if you see on the very bottom of the screen up there, it's climb the leaderboard for a top 10 finish. So if you finish in the top 10 of those 100 players, then you get some bonus rewards.
That's awesome. Yeah. So leaderboards will be working as designed with 100 other players. You'll be in that competing.
Yeah. So it might look a little bit different at the very, very beginning. If you're one of the first group of people to log into the game, then there might be some fluctuation as more users actually load into Weekend Classic.
Sure.
But given it might be like an hour or so, and everything should look good for the entire Weekend Classic, your leaderboard will be set. Those 100 people.
So as everything switches over on Friday, be patient. That leaderboard's going to fill up to 100. So give it, would you say, an hour while everyone floods in. Everyone's going to be placed where they need to be. And then the matchmaking, you'll be playing people within your league. Worst case, you're waiting 20 minutes for a match. We're going to bump you up one or down one a division, but it'll be much more consistent with matchmaking. So 2 huge W's, I think, for Weekend Classic 2.
And I wanted to add, too, for the leaderboard, it's both you're getting an added rating change when you win, but you're also going to see the minus for when you lose.
Yeah, definitely. So we want our leaderboard to prioritize people that are both playing a lot of games, but also winning most of their games. So if you're, 20 wins, 20 losses, then that shouldn't put you on top of the leaderboard. So you'll be gaining rating change for winning games and also losing rating
You're on
change
top
for
of
losing
the
games.
my leaderboard, because that's like 40 Weekend Classic games, so that's pretty awesome.
And
But love to see that change.
Not actually 20 minutes.
Yeah,
chat.
hyperbole, people.
Relax. Oh, my goodness.
Dang.
If you're waiting for too long, we're going to bump you up or down a division, okay? It's going to be great. We're excited for all the changes, Ian. Thank you. Let's walk through some of these rewards.
Yeah, let's do it. So the big one that you guys might notice is at 5 wins there on Bronze 1 is the Weekend Classic Rewind pack, and you can probably guess what that is. That's going to contain the players from Weekend Classic 1. So previously in Weekend Classic 1, the first few divisions, you were not able to earn any actual unique player cards. That'll change this one. So if you're in some of the lower divisions, you still have that unique player card to grind for. It's just going to be the one from Weekend Classic 1.
Cool.
So you can get those rewards. Those will be all over the market. It's all sellable.
And that stays consistent, like what we saw with the multiplayer program, past World Series rewards, past Flawless rewards.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing past Weekend Classic in the next Weekend Classic.
Yeah, definitely. So once we get up to Silver 1 here, you can get that Rewind pack as early as 2 wins, so a lot of people should be getting that. And then in the Weekend Classic, and the 6-win reward is the new Weekend Classic pack, which 2 new players, which we'll reveal in a little bit.
Right. Or you saw the Tastefully Crafted leak earlier today.
Tasteful leak. Yes.
Exactly.
If you're really keen-eyed, though, you might see that the Weekend Classic pack actually says choose 2 players instead of choose 1. So some of them will say choose 1, others will say choose 2. And that's the new Weekend Classic packs are going to be a 2-stage choice pack now. So the first one is you'll pick one of the Weekend Classic 2 players, one of the new guys. And then the second stage is you'll pick one of the old guys. So it's kind of like a rewind pack folded within the Weekend Classic pack.
No, I love that you mentioned that. So for somebody who's in the 700 rating, for instance, you don't see a Weekend Classic rewind pack, but you do see the Choose 2 Players pack, which incorporates that draft round from the previous.
Yeah, that's right. So if you really want that Corey Kluber, as you would, that card is really good. You can still go back and get that card from your Weekend Classic packs. So don't feel like you're missing out on the rewind packs.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Sounds like, that pack's going to be very high valued, and you'll see it at the top of these leagues.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll still have the rewind packs for other players.
Yeah.
Might not be able to make it all the way
for
to
sure.
the top.
Yeah, so the structure of getting the Weekend Classic choice packs is the same as Weekend Classic 1. So the higher the division you're in, the easier it's going to be to earn those packs.
I love that. And big news for your Immortal players, you can still be a $250,000 if you go 6-0 in the Immortal League. But Ian, you're talking about it. We have 2 new exclusive players for Weekend Classic 2. Colin, shall we show them the first one?
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Either one.
Your choice.
Your choice. Dealer's choice. Ryan Sandberg is one of 2 Weekend Classic exclusive cards. Now, Carson, we're hiding the attributes.
We're hiding the attributes. We're going to, let it marinate a little bit. These cards don't come out until next Friday, so keep that in mind. We just wanted to give you guys something you can expect, and you guys will see those attributes once our social team posts them next week.
Exactly. We want to have a little bit of a ramp up, keep up that anticipation, but Ryan Sandberg isn't all. We have one more reward for Weekend Classic, and boom, Giancarlo, but more so Mike Stanton from his Miami Marlins days. Shout out, Steven.
Yeah, definitely. 22-year-old Mike Stanton. 6'6". He's going to hit some tanks. I saw his power ratings. They're going to play for you guys. So just keep an eye out for those attributes to be released later next week.
Awesome. Very exciting stuff. So Weekend Classic, new changes to matchmaking, changes coming to leaderboards. But Ian, we're also always gauging our fans' feedback.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep sending that feedback in for Weekend Classic 2. Weekend Classic is a really cool feature because it's something that we're able to iterate on as the year goes on. So Weekend Classic 3 might even have some more fixes if needed. But yeah, we're going to be working on this feature all year, and we hope that we keep getting your guys' feedback. We hope you guys keep having fun with it.
Yeah.
Let's double down.
Play the game, and we're going to listen to feedback.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a ton of great changes. This is going to start May 9th. And
1 week.
1 week. So you have 1 week to get that lineup dialed. Updated matchmaking. We already talked about it. You're going to be playing people within your league, not based on your player rating. It's a really big difference.
Right. But if you're in the queue for a little bit longer, you might go one higher, one lower.
Correct. And then updated leaderboards. They're going to be functioning as we intended, with 100 people within the leaderboard, and more great rewards. So check it out. We're really excited. I loved Weekend Classic 1, but now with these changes, it's going to be even better. We're really excited for all you guys to be able to play.
I'm excited. I went 4-2 in Weekend Classic, and I kind of want revenge to go 6-0.
Yeah.
I think I'm there.
Yeah.
Just so close. But Ian, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I know our
absolutely.
fans are pumped.
Thank you for having me.
Sweet. So
That was Weekend Classic. Now we can talk about content that's going to come out today. And I think the best place to start, Ashley?
I think we have to go straight to the dev kit. On storylines, we have 3 new legends coming your way in our final storylines drop of the year, Carson. And we have an important note about this because 3 new the Negro League series, meaning 3 new cards for the Negro League's collection to get John Donaldson.
Totally, yeah. I mean, 3 more players is just going to make getting Donaldson even easier. All you have to do is play these storylines, listen to their stories, Bob Kendrick narrating all their incredible careers. And the ratings of these players have even bumped up a little bit too, which I was surprised to see.
3rd drop, we're now seeing diamonds. We'll start off with the first player, Biz Mackey. I mean, Carson. He can play every position, minus pitching, and he's a switch hitter.
Yeah, this is a fun card. I know it's not as high as some of the higher cards in the current power curve, but that lineup versatility, the defense, this is just a fun card that you can, throw in a lineup and play and grind out some missions.
Could you say that Mackey is all about his business?
Yeah, I could definitely say that.
Didn't you miss me last week? But that's not all. On top of Bismacky, we have William Judy Johnson, can play every infield position, and he's going to hit for contact, as well as going to have a pretty awesome glove in the infield no matter where he plays.
Yeah, a fun card, great contact, solid clutch, good defense, and remember, this is just a card most people are going to be trying to collect to help with that Donaldson collection, but still a great card in its own right.
Exactly. For those of our fans who have been with us since the start, this is going to help a lot toward the collection. But if you're somebody that has just booted up the game for the first time, maybe you caught up with our $20 off sale this past week and you pick up the game, this will be a nice mainstay in your lineup as you start getting your feet wet and building your squad.
Yeah, knock out the storyline, get an 85 overall. It's pretty good.
Exactly. And then last but certainly not least, our fans know him, but he is back now with his story and storylines, and that is Monty Irvin.
Yeah, another great card. You can plug him in left field for a newer player. You know, you knock out the storyline in 30 or 40 minutes, and you get an 85 in the outfield. Also helps with Donaldson. I'd call that a win.
There we go. So that is it. 3 new legends for our storylines dropping today in just about 30 to 40 minutes. You get those 3 cards, add them to their lineup, but most importantly, truly experience their stories, listen to Bob's wonderful narrative on these players. It's quite amazing. One of my favorite things about storylines is just the in-depth knowledge that Bob Kendrick has. He's just a well of it, and it's so great learning more about them.
Right? Like,
yeah,
such a storyteller. So being able to play through these players' careers and have Bob Kendrick narrate it, it's really special. And if you guys haven't had a chance to play it, I would definitely hop in and try to knock out some of those storylines.
Yes, exactly. And then just to hammer the point home, these are now 3 more players added to the Negro League Series collection, meaning you can bypass some other content areas if you haven't done so already to get that John Donaldson. I know, Josh Gibson was an XP Path boss. We had Satchel Paige in the multiplayer program. So if maybe you haven't gotten to those 2 players yet, you now can fill in those 2 spots with 2 of the 3 legends with the storylines drop.
Right, yeah. The collection number hasn't changed, so getting those 3 new Negro League Series players in the game is only going to make it easier.
Exactly. So that isn't all. Storylines Drop 3 coming out at noon Pacific time, but you all saw it with all of our socials posts this morning. We have a little Elly De La Cruz takeover. You'll see an Elly solo cover when you boot up the game if you haven't done so already since the patch went out earlier this morning. But we also have a complimentary program, Carson.
We sure do. We couldn't just give Elly, the cover treatment, the tile treatment, the socials treatment, and not give him his own program to celebrate being one of the 3 cover athletes in the game. We had to bring in the big guns with Seabrev.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to share a video to walk through this program with everyone. So, Colin, let's hit it.
Hey everyone, we've got a brand new program coming to MLB The Show 25 today, and it is all about MLB The Show 25 cover athlete Elly De La Cruz. It is Elly's time to take over the cover, and we've got a program just for him. Play your way through moments using Elly De La Cruz, work your way through stat missions centered around the kind of player that Elly is, and optionally and highly recommended, there are missions just for Elly De La Cruz himself, so you can use any Elly De La Cruz player item and knock these out. There are 4 of these. Mix and match moments and missions, get your fix with Elly De La Cruz, and at the end you'll be rewarded with this Elly De La Cruz player item. Can't wait to see all the new Elly De La Cruzes in ranked seasons, and I hope you all enjoy the content today.
Thank you so much, Cody, for walking through the Elly De La Cruz, but he did not show the fans the attributes, Ashley.
I know. Get your screenshots ready, everyone. Let's pull up the dev kit, your cover athlete series, Elly De La Cruz. Carson, this is one of, if not the best defensive shortstop we have in the game currently. And for those of our fans who are incredibly good at the game, maybe they went flawless, got that Lance Berkman, one of our first flawless rewards, Elly plays very, very similarly to those attributes. So for our fans who maybe couldn't experience that sweet swing of Lance, they're going to see those similar attributes on this Elly card.
Yeah, for sure. This is kind of like that Elly 2.0 if you compare him to his live series card. He's bumped up a little bit everywhere throughout the attributes. Like you said, great defense, great speed. Solid hitting, switch hitter, of course, and this is a really great card that you can get with a relatively quick grind, right, Ashley?
Right. I mean, you're telling me a free 90 overall that's probably going to take, once we go over all the tasks once more, not even an hour?
Yeah, 44 program points.
Oh, I see what we did there.
It's going to be really quick. Let's walk through some of these missions and just show you how easy it is to get this 90 overall, Ashley.
Right. As Sebrev mentioned in his video, we have a couple Elly-specific moments, just a few highlights in his very short career thus far. It's actually crazy that a player that young has so many highlight reel plays already. You'll be able to relive them in these few selected moments. However, we also have some stat missions, Carson.
Yeah, make it easy. You can go in with a bunch of unique positions, whether it's a switch hitter, whether it's a shortstop. We have some fun missions that you can knock out here, and then even the PXP mission with the Reds, so you can plug in some of your favorite Reds and try to knock out some of these missions.
I'm glad you called out that PXP with Reds specifically. We're always, trying to help out our fans, catch them up a little bit if need be. So for those of you who maybe haven't finished Roland in the Reds program, get your free Scott Roland right away in case you're still working on his collection. You're going to notice some overlap with this Elly program, with that Scott Roland program, also the Reds team affinity, of course. So there's a lot of triple dipping, if you will.
For sure. Yeah, you can knock out a lot of different programs just by doing focusing on one or two things, which is really nice. I think this will be a program that people will be able to knock out in less than 45 minutes, and you get a free 90 just for grinding. I know some people in the chat wishes his hitting might be a little better, but that defense and speed's going to play.
Yeah, and rest assured, his attributes are higher than his live series card. You'll find out momentarily.
Yes.
However, we also have some optional missions for our fans who have been with us since the start. Maybe they already have his live series, but fret not if you don't. There is a free 20th anniversary Elly De La Cruz relatively early in the starter program. He's right after that Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
If you have any of those versions of Elly and you plug him into your lineup, we have some optional progress points here through these missions.
Yeah, and this is something we introduced in this title, MLB The Show 25, where you can grind with any version of a player, and I think that just makes it even easier for anyone that's new, anyone that's been playing with the live series. You can just go in and knock out this program really quick.
Yeah, which I know is a huge dub for our fans, and I know you'll catch a little bit of some Easter eggs with some 4-point progress, the 44 at the end, 4,400 XP chunks, just a little bit of some nice touches, cherries on tops to truly envelope this Elly De La Cruz takeover program to complement his own solo cover in MLB The Show.
Yeah, it's an Elly takeover. I'm sure you guys can assume that we'll have some other takeovers down the road to celebrate the 3 cover athletes, but for today it's all about Elly, and go ahead and get that 90 in, like I said, a pretty quick program.
Very quick program. Let's go back full screen for everybody here. We've talked storylines, 3 new legends. There's now a very quick to obtain Elly De La Cruz in his own program, but Carson, we mentioned it at the top of the stream, that isn't all that's coming to your accounts today. This has been the hypest of hype modes I have ever seen in Diamond Dynasty history alongside Weekend Classic. And that's Diamond Quest. Our fans have been loving it. Please keep the feedback coming. We're always monitoring. So, of course, we released April Showers a couple weeks ago, and now we have May Flowers today in just a little bit. Let's go full screen on the dev kit. They saw 1 reward on socials. They're going to see the second reward now.
Bang. Yeah, we've seen so many people with positive feedback on Diamond Quest. When I saw that we had a Diamond Quest attached to these 2 players, I was like, this is big content on a Friday. So if you guys all saw Josh Young, I almost said Jung, but I didn't, on socials.
Try not to laugh.
So he's already been announced, but of course we have Adam Ottavino as the other earnable player in the epic tier for this May Flowers Diamond Quest. Ashley, pretty good rewards.
Very good. We'll go over those attributes in just one moment, but you see here some ball and packs in the rare, some of the players in the epic. If we want to start this quest real quick, hey, you see our little NLB squad from before. What you'll notice in this map, because it's Mayflowers, you have a little bit of a floral flower design.
Yeah.
Shout out BK on here. A cool other notes for this Diamond Quest, which I just love for the theming. We see a little bit of those those theming elements in Elly. We continue to see them in Diamond Quest. Our fans might have noticed that the April Showers map had either rain or night games or a mix of both. In May Flowers, they're going to have sunny day games.
It's fantastic.
As they're playing through these bosses, these moments, these mini showdowns.
May is here. You can celebrate it in Diamond Quest.
Exactly, and they'll see a lot of variety of hitting moments, pitching, base running objectives. I know our fans have been catching on to all of our little like stolen bases moments in here, so make sure you always have someone speedy on the bench. It's going to come in handy. You might want to get that Elly de la Cruz.
I mean, there's a reason he dropped today with this map. Go get Elly and then go into this Diamond Quest and, yeah, start knocking out all the missions.
Yeah, so new at Diamond Quest, but if we want to go full screen, I know our fans, I've been seeing them chatting away. They want to see not only Young's attributes, but also Adam Ottavino's attributes. So, Carson, who should we start off with him first?
Let's start with Young. I feel like that's a good one.
Let's do it. Josh Young, postseason 23, popping off as a rookie on the way to the World Series for the Rangers. Carson, he's not a sassy lefty, but he can hit sassy lefties.
Yeah, he might be the sassy lefty killer.
Oh.
You know, I was kind of bummed we didn't have any sassy lefties in the drop today. Of course, we'll have more going down the road. But for now, we got Josh Young, who's going to absolutely rake against lefties. Kind of reminds me of that new Threads Tyler O'Neill card.
Oh.
Really solid hitting against lefties, good defense. This is a card that I think a lot of people in the chat are enjoying right now.
Yeah, to be honest, like, I love his power, don't get me wrong, but what surprised me about this card was just all 4 of the fielding defense attributes are 80 plus.
Yeah.
This is one of the few cards where you kind of see all of those even and then pretty high when it comes to the rating scale.
And going back to the gameplay feature premiere we had, you know, way back when with Gil and Connor, they were talking about how much these infield transitions matter with reaction and fielding. And I think this card's going to be a really good option for people in the hot corner.
I am excited. Remember, you can earn this card by successfully defeating a stadium challenge in Diamond Quest. Make sure as you're going through the map, you're increasing those reward drop percentages so that if you do successfully defeat that stadium challenge, you have a higher drop rate to hopefully get this Josh Young on your squad ASAP.
Yeah, you want to do everything you can to try to get that epic reward. And that just means playing the map, boosting up those percentages, and you'll have a chance at Young. Or, of course, should we just show it to him?
Oh, yeah. Adam Ottavino's attributes. He's going to be dicing up goose eggs in people's box score. Carson, what is not to love about this card?
There really isn't a lot. Quirky delivery. He's always given me fits as a hitter. You see great hit per 9, great K per 9, and then maxed out pitcher clutch, pitcher Brian. This is a card that you can plug right into the bullpen, and he's going to help you a lot on May 9th when you switch over to Weekend Classic.
And he's a part of that sweeper takeover we were talking about before we even launched in our feature premieres, primary sweeper pitch, and he's going to be mixing in the sinker, the cutter, the four-seamer. You see he's velos. I'll try to go through some of the pitch control as well as the break for you on screen, so get your screenshots ready if you haven't done so already. And then, of course, max break. So that sweeper and cutter, oh, they're going to be running away from me when I am in the batter's box, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is a nasty card. When I saw that he was one of the rewards for Diamond Quest, I'm waiting until noon. I'm going to go play it myself, try to go get him.
There you go. So Adam Ottavino, Josh Young are your 2 new rewards in the newest Mayflowers Diamond Quest map. Diamond Quest, it keeps on coming. Our fans keep on enjoying it. Please, as always, give us some feedback, see what we can do to keep it the same, maybe make it a little bit different. But it's been really cool to see the positive reception around that mode.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to keep dropping maps for everyone. We know how much you guys have been enjoying it. Like Ashley said, we're keeping the feedback coming. And we're going to keep trying to bring you guys great content through Diamond Quest and through everywhere in Diamond Dynasty, obviously.
So, you know, we've talked storylines. We've talked Elly de la Cruz cover takeover program. We've talked Diamond Quest. And I know our fans are most looking forward to this one specific Conquest map. Although they do get 2 new Conquest maps today. Shout out our Conquest legends. But let's show them the dev kit. Lo and behold, the White Sox City Connect Conquest is also dropping 2-year accounts at noon today. I mean, Carson, we got to talk about the White Sox.
We have to, and I know you're excited for this. This was an extra bold on the outline today. We're talking about the White Sox in Conquest, new City Connect. Honestly, I'm a Nats fan, and I loved our Cherry Blossom. I love our new ones that came out this year, but I think these might be my favorite City Connects I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm going to sound like a homer and 100% biased, and that's okay. The White Sox are kind of 2 for 2 for City Connects.
They kind of are. The Nats and the White Sox might be 2 for 2.
Oh, I love the Nats unis. But because we always talk about Conquest and our fans are always asking for Conquest, all jokes aside, for those of you who might not be looking forward to Conquest as much as I am today, we do have 2 new maps, the White Sox City Connect map as well as the Horseshoe map. So if you want to grind some progress in that Elly program in these 2 Conquests, you have 2 new maps to get that done.
Yeah, keeping it fresh. We know that there's a ton of people that love Conquest, so we want to just keep those maps going. Having one tied to the City Connect is awesome. I know we've done that before. But yeah, go get it if you guys are a fan of those jerseys. I know I am. They're awesome.
Mine comes tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you'll be wearing it on the stream next week.
I was hoping it was going to come yesterday so I can wash it in time for today.
Got you.
But it should come tomorrow. So y'all know what I'm wearing next Friday. But if we want to go full screen to us here, that's not all. Mayflowers also brings You Should Stop and Smell the Roses. New event is coming today, and this one is a fun one. The squad builds are going to require less than 50 speed. You know, take your time, smell the roses. Sure. And then less than 50 home run per 9 pitchers for some pretty fun squad builds that we want you all to try out. That it kind of complements the Diamond Quest pretty well for our online audience.
Yeah, it's great. It's unique. It's something that, like you said, the squad builds are going to be fun to see what people, draw up there, and then it's all going to help in that multiplayer program. Go get Yelich. He absolutely rakes, and yeah, events is a great option to go through with all that.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, so all multiplayer program players, as well as those 2 Diamond Quest rewards, are eligible for the event. I know some of those rewards don't fit that criteria, but they will be eligible to get some progress with those players. Just add them to your lineup and have fun. Go crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more.
But we know what our fans are really looking forward to today.
They've been waiting.
They've
been very
waiting,
patient.
And
so
we appreciate that.
Shout out everyone in the MLB The Show community. You guys have been patient with this one.
Y'all are legends. But today marks our very first of the year roster attributes, upgrades as well as downgrades. Now, we won't go through specific players right now. You'll be able to see them live on our socials posts as well as in your accounts around noon today. We have some pretty big updates for roster upgrades and downgrades before we get into some numbers.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, you want to talk through it, Ashley?
Yeah, let's go for it. So I was talking to Luis earlier this week. A lot of you noticed it on our patch notes that went out this morning. But every time we have a roster update, including today as well as going forward, you're going to see some changes on the marketplace, specifically for players that are either going up in overall, therefore going to a new price range, or even going down in overall, going to a different price range. Whether it's buy orders or sell orders, all of those will be canceled out. Don't worry, if you're putting in a buy order, you're going to get your stubs right back into your account ASAP. So that way, you're kind of not cheated out of maybe paying either too low of a price or way too high of a price for players that have changed.
Yeah, this is a pretty big change, and like Ashley mentioned, it was noted in the patch notes last night. But yeah, so you can expect you're not going to lose anything, right? We're just going to be canceling those pending orders so that players can get the right value after a roster upgrade happens, and then you can put them up for sale for the new price and stuff like that. It's just a quality of life thing we felt we wanted to put in.
Yeah, and I know it really helps appease our casual users the most. We always want to make sure we're looking out for you, making sure you're not getting bamboozled into paying a price that's a little bit higher than what you should be paying. And then as well as if you put in a buy order and it's no longer within that range, you're going to get all your stubs back. So then you can either get a lower or that higher range as well.
Yeah, so pretty big change. Keep that in mind as we do more roster updates. But yeah, it should be a really good one this week.
Exactly.
Yeah, in a couple hours.
Let's talk about numbers since we are about 10-20 minutes away from pushing the button. We have, how many new diamonds do we have? Not one, maybe 2.
Way more.
No, way more than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 new diamond upgrades are included in this roster attribute update. I know I was a little bit surprised by some names. I also wasn't surprised at all. Some of them were just no-brainers. You'll be able to experience that very, very soon. But I can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully you picked the right players. There were a lot of great players that, were options to go diamond. We ended up settling on 8 new diamonds, a mix of pitchers, mix of hitters. So you guys will see in a couple minutes.
And we know we have some gold bandits out there. We will have 26 new gold players that went from silver, bronze, whatever, up to gold. 26 new golds, 8 new diamonds, a lot new attribute differentials that you're going to be able to experience at the first roster update today.
Yeah, I'm excited. And keep your feedback coming. We're really pumped. We'll keep these going with the cadence. I'm not sure when the next one will be yet, but
actually not too far away, near the end of the month.
So you guys keep monitoring what's happening in the real world, and you can, profit on it in stubs in the marketplace.
Oh yeah, my favorite thing is I am not a marketplace guru, but I have mad respect for people who are, and I know there's a lot of my personal favorite creators who make different marketplace videos, and I just watch in amazement. I'm I just think it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, so that is it for today's content. New storylines, new Elly De La Cruz program, Diamond Quest, 2 new conquests, the biggest beat being the roster update attribute. Now, we will be remiss if we didn't say spotlights.
This is important.
We're going to forecast it out a little bit. Yeah. Give us a little bit of patience. April just ended 2 days ago. It's only May 2nd, but your April lightning, your retro lightning, your final monthly drop 5 April spotlight program will be coming on Tuesday. So you can kind of see we're kind of building up that ramp from today. It's going to be a little bit of here, a little bit of there, kind of meet different users where they are at. We're going to start building up into that Tuesday when it comes April Spotlight, and then we're going to have that peak, Carson, with third inning next week.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Next week is going to be such a great week of content. Obviously, we have the Spotlight coming on the 6th, along with the Lightning player. I can't stress this enough. I know this is a little lighter than a normal Friday piece of content. Catch up on the Spotlight stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll make that Lightning collection even easier before the 9th, where you have the third inning and you have Weekend Classic. You want to make sure you have that Lightning player for Weekend Classic. So, yeah, we'll be back next Friday. We have the third inning coming and Weekend Classic, too. Should be a banger. We're really excited. All the changes. We're going to keep monitoring feedback, so keep it coming. We'll have new bosses in the third inning, Ashley.
Of course we're going to have 3 new bosses.
The power curve is going to keep going up. You're going to keep seeing great players. And then, of course, the May Scouting Report Pack will be coming the following week as we finalize some of the details there. So stay patient, Scouting Report subscribers.
I think our fans are catching on to us, and to be honest, they're doing a very good job. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about one small thing we have yet to say, and that is, you are right, everyone in chat, Double XP Week starts today with the content deployment. It's going to run through the third inning XP path. We know you're all about getting your squad ready for Weekend Classic, finishing up your second inning XP path to prepare for your third inning XP path. From now until the third inning, enjoy that sweet, sweet double XP.
Yeah, double XP. Take advantage this week. Knock out the second inning program before everything switches 1 week from today.
1 week.
So get in there, play however you'd like, and you'll be getting double XP. Pretty good.
Cannot wait for our fans to experience. We had a very abrupt standing up. Do we have one more
What's
note?
Up, Control Room Colin?
What's up, Control Room Colin?
Let's just double down and pull up again.
Yeah. Go check out the game update notes. They're on theshow.com. Theshow.com, click news. You'll be a game update 10. It'll have any updates you guys are looking for. There is some co-op stuff. There's some stadium creator stuff. A ton of other good items that we were able to get in this morning. And then, we're full steam ahead for the next week. There's going to be a lot of content, so get ready, fans. This is going to be great.
Full steam ahead, and I got to double down on what Carson has said. As you're catching up with everything that's coming out today, reminder, live series Carlos Beltran. That is most people's cream of the crop, ultimate goal for Diamond Dynasty. Keep striding toward him. don't forget our first Legends and Flashback collection drop. Scott, Roland is still on, I know, my mind for sure.
Of course.
I have like 6 vouchers. We're getting there. I'm playing catch up slowly but surely.
I mean, it's going to take some time, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can't start working on it today.
Exactly. Today, and then as Carson was saying, the monthly Spotlight Drop 5 program coming out on Tuesday alongside those Lightning and Retro Lightning collections. You're not going to want to be the person that's still playing drops 1 through 4 because I promise you, when you see what we have in store on Tuesday, you're going to wish you're as caught up as possible.
Yes.
Take this weekend to do so.
Yes. Couldn't have said it better myself. Shout out to everyone at SDS. Shout out to the live team. Another great content drop coming today. Co-op's looking good. We're going to keep monitoring the feedback. So thank you everyone that has, helped give us that feedback to get it where we need it to be. Enjoy the drop. Enjoy the attribute update.
I'm excited. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Carson. Huge shout out to the live art team as well. And we'll see you next Friday.